I spent like actual years just writing about white men.
The way he leaps off of rooftops and flips backwards to face the camera before falling into a headfirst dive is just full of the exaggerated swagger of a black teen.
Everything is sexist, everything is racist, everything is homophobic, and you have to point it all out.
Shovel of hope. We've finally added a third option for character pronouns.
White supremacist, capitalist, patriarchy.
I just wanted to play video games. That was the rallying cry 10 years ago of the Gamergate movement. And ever since then, the video games industry has only gotten worse. Instead of properly addressing the concerns of people involved with Gamergate, the games industry doubled down. The games journalists doubled down. And now we can see it all around us. This is no longer just contained to gaming. Institutions such as academia, Hollywood, intelligentsia, and even the very hiring practices have been infested by this cultural rot. I expand the scope outside of gaming because the main failure of Gamergate back then is that they didn't quite recognize how deep the rot is within our society and within the games media and industry. If you want to play the new Suicide Squad game, you have to be subjected to Pride Graffiti. If you want to play Spider-Man 2 on PS5, you'll be subjected to the greatest cucking Peter Parker has ever gotten, outside of the comic books, but the comics books industry is already infested and is no longer. Comics is dead, embrace manga, embrace Japan until it falls itself. Because really, if we look at the industry at large, it seems that the Japanese developers are the ones carrying weight for the entire industry. They're carrying gaming arguably even harder than they were in the 80s and 90s. The only problem is with the Japanese game devs is that obviously all of their games need to be translated, and the quote-unquote localizers take very deliberate liberties in these translations to add wokeness into the script where there previously wasn't any. For example, if you're playing something like Dragon's Dogma 2 or Animal Crossing New Horizons in English specifically, you are not merely picking a gendered option for who to play as, being male or female, you are picking body type A or body type B. And I'm sure this is where some of the enlightened centrists, quote unquote, will chime and say, oh, who cares about saying body type? It's only just changing the very language in which we describe each other. Why are you angry at pronouns in Starfield? Everybody has pronouns. It's set in the future. Just lie down and accept that everybody will have pronoun name tags in the workforce. Please, all of you understand, when people are trying to gaslight you about complaining about gendered pronouns specifically, please know that they are being very disingenuous, because we saw this infestation happening in real time. We know what life was like way before the Gestapo came in. Hang up the pride flag, wave the Ukrainian flag, raise your fists and wash the feet for George Floyd. These are the humiliation rituals done by academia and the corporations. They know what they're doing by doing this. They are well aware that they are demoralizing anybody who does not go along with this dogma. They are trying to root you out of society, out of academia, out of the workforce. If you ever go to a big city, you will see pride flags on just about every store. As I am recording this right now, I have Steam open with a Black Voices in Gaming promotion going on. And I will say, looking at the games being promoted, some of them do seem to pique my interest, but it's the tone at which they're being marketed to me. It just annoys me. Why should I care about the creator's skin color? If this promotion was specifically talking about games from the continent of Africa, that'd be really interesting. But of course, most of these games are very Western in origin. Maybe the world really did end after 2012, because it's only been a slow and steady decline from there. Nobody listened to the gamers, nobody cares what they think anymore. Ever since then, the games industry has only been infiltrated, and with that, any quality developer that may have said an off-color joke at one point is just ousted from the industry. Do you want to know the caliber caliber of person that is developing games for Activision Blizzard, now owned by Xbox? Well, if you remember a while ago when Bobby Kotick was ousted, obviously everybody was airing out their dirty laundry when it came to him and Activision Blizzard, the company he ran. There is this man with pronouns in his name who tweeted out, "Breaking my silence to share a fun fact. When we planned Overwatch 2's Steam launch, my team warned months in advance that we're going to be review bombed. We begged for more information, more details, and more resources to help us with the anticipated influx, all flatly denied." This person knew that the game he was working on was trash and wanted to prevent the company from releasing the game on Steam because of review bombs. He was so passionate about the game that he was pushing for months to have moderation on Steam instead of actually improving the game that he was working on. These modern companies, these modern developers, they care more about an ESG score. They care more to censor and police their very own players. They care more to gather dirt and to Me Too other employees just to climb the corporate ladder than to actually make a fun video game. The quality of the employees working in this industry keep degrading over the years. The developers we have now are a far cry from what we've had 10 years ago, even 20 years ago. They were able to accomplish more with lesser technology. The hard truth is that evil cannot create anything. It can only destroy and subvert what has already been created. We've been seeing this with Star Wars, with Indiana Jones, now with Marvel, and it's happening with the video games too, and always has been. The fact is that we're not in Gamergate 2.0. Gamergate just has never stopped. The snowball kept rolling, society only becoming more poisoned, and more people recognizing that the society they grew up in no longer exists.